Hi, I'm going to react to 3 of our videos that we've put out in the last few weeks. I did part 1 of this a few weeks ago with our first 3 short films, but since then we've diversified a little bit and we don't just do short films anymore. We do moments, we did a trailer, we did blind baking, we've started to branch out a little bit. So today I'm going to be reacting to a moment, a trailer, and a short film. So I'll be reacting to One Punch, I'll be reacting to Goodnight Santa, and I'll be reacting to Fold Me to the Moon. Just to have a little look at what we did and a little bit of an insight as to the way we did what we did and anything that I think could have been done better. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, so this is One Punch.
Samuel?
So the film starts on a wide of the toilet door, and you hear Peter and myself shout at each other from different places in the house, and it lasts way too long. It's about half of the film as is, and it should have been 15 seconds. It should have been half the length it was, but there you go. So our mum was operating the camera for some of these shots.
Look what you made me do.
Now, his butt's wet. There was a bit of confusion as to what that was. He didn't have toilet paper in the bathroom while he was going to the toilet, and so he had to use the shower to clean his butt. But he got his trousers wet while he did it because he didn't like dry himself or something. So that's the reason why his butt's wet, or his trousers are still wet. Just to clear that up.
So you wet yourself.
And here we come to the big money-making shot, which was actually done stop frame by frame. So we just took still photographs of myself on a chair flying back, and a clean plate of each one of those, and there's we mask out the chair, and we add motion blur to different parts of the image at different amounts to make it look like a quick pan. It works okay. I think in hindsight we should have done a few more frames. I think we ended up doing 5 frames of me flying back. We needed about 8 or 9, I would say, but overall quite a successful effect, and I think it made One Punch one of our most viewed moments, so that's good. And his last line there
I'll teach you not to mess with me again.
is dumb, but there you go, it wraps it up. Okay, so that's One Punch done. The next one is Goodnight Santa, and that's a trailer that we came up with. We decided to do a fake trailer, and it opens with stock footage, these 2 shots, and then we go into footage that we shot at home.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there.
And I really wanted to capture this lovely sort of Christmas holiday vibe that is so snuggly and nice and warm to catch you off guard when we turn. You'll see what happens. Hopefully you know what happens, because otherwise this is not the way to watch these videos. You should watch them first and then come back, but I should have said that at the start. Peter is very good, as always, in this, with his body language and his facial expressions. Then he gets shot, obviously, because why not, by Santa, presumably, because Santa's a bad guy. And these are his logos, Peter's logos that he came up with in like 3 minutes. Very funny. And we just switch tone here from like Christmas holiday movie to slasher thriller horror film. To varying levels of success, I must say. This "Ho, I am your father" doesn't really work, I don't think. But what does work quite nicely is what comes next, which is this really cool misty corridor with this torchlight, and we used the haze in the can. I don't know if you know, atmosphere aerosol, and that was literally Peter tying a rope to my ankle and yanking me back along the floor. It works quite well. It's very generic and cheesy. Again, common theme, you get lazy with sound when you're trying to make something in a day and your priority is the visuals. I did almost no Foley for this at all. It really would have added a lot to it if there was some Foley, but there you go. That's kind of what you get when you do things so quickly. So that was Goodnight Santa. I liked the first half of it much better than the second half. But overall, quite happy with it. And if you want to see that movie, give me £100,000 or so, and I'll get it done. Right, now we've got to Fold Me to the Moon, which this is actually the second attempt at this short film that we've done. No one will ever see the first attempt because it was so rubbish. We were really tired. We were kind of not really getting into it the first time we shot it, and it just wasn't sort of working. The only thing left from the first version in this version is the shot of Peter appearing on the moon. Spoilers. Everything else had to be completely reshot and rewritten. Like a week or two after we did the first version. That's my voice. I'm sure you can tell.
That's not a thing.
I really do like this concept to the short film. I think it's one of the strongest concepts that we've come up with. Because you do hear that sort of fun fact quite a lot of, if you fold a piece of paper 45 times, it would reach the moon. And it can, you know, that's kind of a funny idea of, what if it wasn't you, what if it wasn't the thickness of the paper got to the moon, or would reach the moon, but you went to the moon.
Did you know that if you fold a piece of paper 45 times, you can get to
There you go. That's kind of the misquote of the fact. And we thought, what would happen if we took that misquote and just ran with it? And how would you fold a piece of paper 45 times? Well, Peter demonstrates. That pickle, by the way, the gherkin thing, there's no explanation for that. Peter likes gherkins, so that was that. I do like this montage. I think it's quite funny.
42.
And this is probably the most acting I've done in one of these videos so far,
44.
I think. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
45.
Especially that reaction. I kind of do think it's quite funny. Moonshot was kind of done with mainly stock footage, and then I made sure the direction of the sun was the same as in the direction of the moon. When I shot Peter's side, I just shot him on our street with the sun behind him to his sort of left, and masked him out frame by frame, didn't bother with a green screen, duplicated the footage, put it on the floor, made it very dark, made it into a shadow, and tracked him into the footage here. And there you go. Fold Me to the Moon. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that vaguely sort of interesting-ish. If you've gotten to this point, maybe you did. That's kind of a miracle. Stay tuned for a video tomorrow where Peter does the same thing, but with 3 different films. I won't tell you which ones those are, because you may not come back to watch if you do. But he's reacting to one of the blind bakings, and that's kind of a fan favorite now, and one of our favorites too. So that's fun. So come back for more entertaining analysis tomorrow by Peter. But until then, thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for supporting. We're having fun. Sorry it has stopped being every day. It became far too much to take on a video every single day. But we're looking to hopefully strike a balance of, you know, maybe 4 or 5 videos a week. But we'll see. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.